Hello everyone, and welcome back to the final Paper Mario the Origami King low damage run explained video. This video has been delayed by like a month. That's because I had so much other stuff that I wanted to take care of throughout the summer. But here it is, we are finally finishing the game with the least amount of damage possible. This is also going to be the last explained video that I will ever do for Paper Mario the Origami King. I feel like these videos have been taking way too long to make, so I decided to just stop making them for explained videos. That doesn't mean that Paper Mario games will be completely removed from the channel. I'm just gonna stop doing explained videos for the series. That's all. Anyways, we can now head for the Shangri Spa to start this level's course. In order to unwrap the green streamer, we need to go to the 5 hot springs scattered around the Shangri Spa, so that we can fight the Sumo Bros guarding the way to the Bowser Castle. 4 of the springs require stamps that we need for the stamp card, so that we can fill it out and give it to the stage manager so that we can get access to the Spring of Rainbows via VIP. I also grab a legendary hammer along the way because it's the most powerful weapon in the game. It'll come in handy for these late game enemies. Anyways, now we meet up with Kamek. Kamek takes us over to the ruins of the banquet hall where Bowser's castle is, and tries to convince us to go in without even knowing that the Sumo Bros are guarding it. Mario and Olivia put on their best dodging skills so that they can get out of the way of the lightning. And now we need an excuse to fill out the stamp card so that we can get in here. Maybe we do. Then again, maybe we don't. Bowser Jr. can only get put back together in the Spring of Purification, but when we get there, there are charging chucks obstructing the hot spring. Can we beat them? I'm probably going to be making use of the legendary hammer for the rest of the game on the more powerful enemies. It really helps, even if we don't nail the action commands perfectly the first time. But now with the charging chucks defeated, we can put Bowser Jr. back together. The next hot spring is occupied by what appears to be a single Goomba. But is actually not a single Goomba. Okay, do I really need to say anything about this wave battle? We don't even need weapons to take out the Goombas. Just line them up and use regular jumps and regular hammers. Simple as that. Now we can unwrinkle Bowser Jr. This next hot spring presents a challenge. We can't take a bath in it since the water is so hot that it'll hurt us. The thing is, it runs on hot and cold water to be an actual hot spring, but the cold water pipe is broken. The problem? There's a folded soldier back there that'll hurt us and deal 16 damage if it throws a hammer. So, I had to be really careful so that I could patch up this hole and get in the spring. I don't even know how I managed to dodge that hammer that got really close, or how I managed to patch up the hole in a single confetti toss, but I'm not complaining. There's one more hot spring standing between us and the Spring of Rainbows VIP, and that is the Spring of Jungle Mist. It's not all that difficult to get there, but you have to choose Kamek every single time we find a split path, in case if you haven't played this game before. This question mark block has a legendary iron boots. I suggest you pick that up because it's going to prove useful in the next wave battle. Just like the ninja fight from Shogun Studios, this wave battle is 3 waves long. Yeah, good luck. If you don't have the right items, you're not getting through this damage loop. There's one problem with the enemies on the second wave. Even with legendary iron boots, we can't take them out in one hit. But we can get the group of piranha plants off to the right side, and use the legendary hammer on them. But thankfully Kamek heard about our run and decided to do us a favor so we wouldn't have to worry about it. The last wave has the exact same ordeal. Deal some damage to the line of piranha plants with legendary iron boots, and get rid of the group using the legendary hammer, and then Kamek will finish off the line. The rest of the way to the hot spring is really easy without much to mention, so long as you don't get eaten by the chain chomp, which means we can finally get our last stamp and go to the Spring of Rainbows. Hey, you got the last stamp. Congratulations. Just head to the front desk to claim your prize. We got the Spring of Rainbows VIP at long last. But of course, there's the question of actually getting there without taking any damage, because the path to get there is ridiculously long and hard. The underground was already hard enough, now we have a tightrope with a chain. You're gonna need to grab the chain at just the right time, but right before the wind starts blowing, because if you get blown off, you'll take 5 damage, which is something we don't want. Sometimes the wind just blows for several seconds, and that's really annoying. The part with the fuzzies can be tricky. You have to wait until they go under the platforms and then pass, so as not to take 10 damage and go back to the start. And so we have finally made it to the game show. Okay, so this game show doesn't even have anything to talk about. It's just a matter of gaining 100 points to just go to this Ring of Rainbows. All I can say is, you're on your own if you want to, like, speedrun the game, because you have to get 2 games that are worth 50 points. I, of course, did. But technically I got 3 since I failed at ninja skills for 50. Here's how. Since there were 4 ninjas, I tried my hardest to keep my eyes locked on the ones that were not ninjas, and just not put them in the blue border, but everything else. But of course, I started to lose track of the shy guy. So I ended up having to do 3 games instead of 2. With our arrival at the Sumo Bros fight, it's time to start taking damage. Yeah, we can't avoid taking damage, obviously. For turn 1, I used a left arrow to go to the other side of the ring, then 2 forwards arrows to get to the Sledge Bro, holding the Fire of Elemental Magic Circle. I just couldn't access the on panel from the very first turn. Worst case scenario, I'd probably just end up going for the one directly opposite of it. The very first attack deals 7 damage, 6 damage, and then 21 damage, using the Guard Plus accessory. For turn 2, I start with 2 right arrows and then a forward arrow through an action +1 panel. That's because I need to use a mushroom so that I can recover my health, and a fire flower so that I can get the on-off panel. The numbers are different this time, and we take 7, 7, and then 16 damage. It's just how it is with the Guard Plus accessory, okay? For turn 3, I don't even bother going around the ring, I just go straight up to the Fire of Elemental Magic Circle in the innermost ring, and then I watch the magic unfold. Now it's just the 3 Sumo Bros on Clouds left. They deal 7, 6, and then 19 damage. That's quite a lot. For turn 4, I go right, and then forward, pass by an on-switch and a ×2 action panel, and then I land on an action panel with a shiny fire flower so that I could deal major chip damage to the bigger Sumo Bro. Did I mention that these guys can't tolerate fire at all, and if we use the Fire of Elemental, it deals 200 damage to them so that we can take out the boss instantly? For turn 5, I go right, then forward, pass by a heart, and land on an action panel in front of the Sumo Bro that is holding the Fire of Elemental, and I use my last shiny fire flower on it so that I could give the finishing blow the next turn. And that's exactly what I did. I just pulled up the Fire of Elemental Magic Circle at the starting point and let it work its magic. Once we get into Bowser's Castle, the only thing that's really noteworthy outside of the bosses is the cutout soldiers. They come in big and small sizes. I recommend using the legendary Iron Boots against these guys, because that's the only thing that can kill them. After that, what else is there to talk about? Like, I figured I might as well just wrap this video up. For Anaconda, Paper Macho, Buzzy Beetle, and Scissors, I managed to get through all in an expense of 121, so that I could unwrap the green streamer and set off for Origami Castle. After damagelessly fighting airplanes on the airship and crashing into the volcano, we make our escape from the Hotfoot crater to get to Peach's castle. After Luigi finally meets us and we get the key out of his cart pipe, I don't even know how it got there, we can finally show King Ollie what for.
You are the blessed few to have been invited by King Ollie himself. Come along and witness.
We are finally up against our final challenge, Origami Castle. Can we get through it while taking as little damage as possible? This area isn't much harder than it already is, aside from this one firebro that I had to jump around. Don't ask me how I managed to dodge the fireballs. There isn't much I wanted to say about the stapler boss other than I managed to defeat it before it could even attack with the gold staples, with a total of 180 damage, right before King Ollie. Now it's time to put an end to this challenge. I did take damage once during the King Ollie fight, but aside from that, it was basically just painless. Like, no really, you can get through the entire final boss without taking any damage at all if you're lucky with the elemental transformations. All I had to do was shake the controller like crazy and match up a magic circle while dodging attacks, and we're basically done. So with Olivia's Mega Hammer transformation, we deliver one final blow to King Ollie, and the game is finally over. And with that, we have come to the conclusion, after this long and arduous journey, that it is not possible to beat Paper Mario the Origami King without taking any damage at all. Not even close. I don't even know what the final damage count was, but I can assure you it is well over 2,000 or 3,000. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this Explained series. These videos took an extremely long time to make, and I wish I could have had the green streamer and the rest of the game in 2 separate videos, but I wanted to get this done before school started. So again, Thanks for tuning in to this absurdly long low damage adventure. If you enjoyed, like, comment, consider subscribing. Let me know in the comments if you have any methods to save the score down. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, enjoy the credits.